Hello and welcome to the Grand Sports Center. It's a Tuesday morning edition of the program. It's always good to be here with you. I am Donald Agbavobo. As usual, we have quite an interesting package for you. It's all about the Super Eagles versus Egypt in the AFCON. The match takes place today, and just one of three matches that we played. We also have Sudan, Guinea-Bissau, and of course Algeria, Sierra Leone. But the biggest one, I must tell you, for today should be no other than the Nigeria versus Egypt encounter. And we are here to preview it as we count down to that great match. It was action all the way at the AFCON yesterday as we had some very interesting results. 1-0 victory across board as Morocco beat Ghana and Gabon beat Comoros and Guinea beat Malawi. It was all 1-0, 1-0 wins for these teams. So that was match day 2. Match day 3 is here, and Nigeria versus Egypt, a Ross match day 3. We shall be going to the Super Eagles camp, courtesy of visuals of NFF television, which will be showing the training sessions and interviews with the likes of Chugoze Awazim and of course some of the players as they had a feel of the Amadou Ahidjo Stadium. We gave their impression of the match of the pitch, and we had comments by Coach Austin Ekwapoin and the likes of Kelechi Wakali, Captain Ahmed Musa, and of course Moses Simon. You got to hear it all on the course of the program. And of course, Coach Amunike, Madam Amunike, coach of the under 17 team that won the World Under 17 Championship back in 2015 in Chile. And also coach of Tanzania in the last AFCON, so a very experienced coach also. He was in Super Eagles camp to actually offer his support to the coaching crew and probably tell them, give them one or two tips. And but then he was there. We'll get to show you the visuals of how he met with his colleagues, talking about Austin Egwapoin and his colleague and the other coaches in the team. And there was a goodwill message from some of the Super Eagles players that were not able to make it to the AFCON. Ojo Igalo sent in a goodwill message to his teammates, encouraging them to go out to the country proud. We have all this for you because of the program, and so it's all about Super Eagles versus Egypt, and I'm sure it's going to take the bulk of our time. That if we have enough time, we'll talk of other issues, but then let's see how it goes. Joining me on the program today is Austin Arume. Austin, you set Nigeria versus Egypt. As I usually say, the day is set, the die is cast.
Yeah.
Today is today.
Yeah. Well, I think I can't wait for the game time to come. I'm equally eager, awaiting what the fate of the Super Eagles will be today against the players of Egypt. It promises to be an exciting one, and let's see how it goes.
Yes, indeed. Let's see how it goes. We'll take a short break now. When we return, we'll go full throttle on the Grand Sports Center this Tuesday morning. Stay with us. Welcome back to Grand Sports Center, your one-stop sports show, where you always enjoy the very best of sports. So, like we said earlier, today is the day, Nigeria versus Egypt, and it will be by 5 p.m. Nigerian time, and I'm sure that a lot of Nigerians look forward to this encounter. Austin Arume, we've been talking about Nigeria versus Egypt, but we've heard more of Nigeria versus Salah. I'm sure the Egyptian is much more than Mohamed Salah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't the Eagles be making a mistake preparing just to curtail Mohamed Salah?
Yeah, definitely. I think that notion of just looking at Mohamed Salah alone, is actually a dangerous one, and something that we have to look into critically. Looking at the Egyptian team, I don't think the Egyptian team is all about Mo Salah. Yeah, though Mo Salah contributes up to 50% of their goals, and that's what he's there to do. But you see contributions from every other department of the pitch. We still have some other guys in the team. Talk about the likes of Elneny, Ramadan Sobi too. Still playing in the team. The likes of Ahmed, playing in the team. All these guys, are equally good as well. And when you also add to the fact that pretty much every player of this Egyptian team is unknown to the Super Eagles, which is quite a dangerous one. If you ask me, when you are playing against a team as good as Egypt and you don't get to see their players often, it's actually something you need to sit back and take a breather, think about it. Not focus solely on Mohamed Salah. If we do that, I think it's going to be our greatest undoing, and that's very dangerous.
So what's actually your take on the match, Nigeria versus Egypt? The head-to-head shows that Nigeria, in the African Cup of Nations, Nigeria has won, they played 6 times, Nigeria has won 4. Yeah. Egypt has won 2. Even Nigeria has that advantage in terms of wins so far. So, do you see it continuing in this year's AFCON?
Well, one thing I would like to say, in as much as I would like to be patriotic, in my mind, I want Nigeria to win. But for me to say outrightly that Nigeria will win, I don't think I will be able to say that right here. But we have what it takes to win this game. Player-wise, we have the squad. This Super Eagles squad can beat anybody, but it depends on the mentality they'll take to this match. If the mentality is right, I see the Super Eagles winning this particular game. But then, if they go with the wrong mentality, I think it might not end well for us. So, but just hope that things goes right, and these guys go in with the right mentality at the end of the day.
Yes, we've been very, very cautious and not too comfortable with the preparation of the Super Eagles, as in the time the camp was opened, and then for the first 1 week we barely had anybody in camp. But then it has picked up in the last 1 week as well. And the final outcome of this preparation will be revealed today when they take to the pitch against Egypt. I've been impressed. Is it something that should give us something to hope for, the way the Eagles have prepared, or could it have been better?
Well, I think it could have been better. Probably because of the fact that bulk of our players play in Europe. We didn't get to have that complement of having all these guys around. Early preparations. I think we only spent like 2 or 3 days. These guys of camping together before they departed for Cameroon, which is not actually a good one, considering a lot of expectation, will be placed on these guys, and considering that, Nigerians are football-loving people, and, there'll be so much pressure, and I don't think we have a good preparation, but this is a tournament, and, we still have time to improve as the day go by. This is actually going to be a big test for us. If we can come out of this, in a brilliant fashion, I believe, the sky is going to be the limit as far as the Super Eagles is concerned.
Yeah, most times, going by tradition of African Cup of Nations, when the competition is hosted by North African countries, it's almost 90% certain that the North African country wins, save for Nigeria that defied all odds in 1994. Every other one I can remember, 1990 or just, even 2006 in Egypt won, Nigeria won, then last time around, it was Nigeria that won in Egypt. So the likelihood of a North African team winning in North Africa is always there. Ghana also won in Libya in 1982. So those have been exemptions. And it's back in Sub-Saharan Africa, and should it be a given that a country from the Sub-Saharan Africa should have the upper hand? But yesterday's result between Morocco and Ghana has not shown that. I talked about 2 clashes between 2 North African heavyweight and the West African heavyweight. The first one, North Africans had their way, they won. This is the second one, Nigeria versus Egypt. But the way it is, the Egyptians, North Africans have shown that they could actually play in Sub-Saharan Africa. So the issue of the weather, the issue of the situation or the environment doesn't come. They won in Angola in 1910, they won in Burkina Faso in 2008, and so I'm sorry, 1998. So just give it to them. So this is a level playing field, if you ask me,
Yeah.
because there's no issue of Cameroon is just by our neighbor. There's disadvantage.
Yeah.
So do you see it actually that way?
Well, I'm not in Cameroon, but you know, a lot of people who have been there, you know, are talking about the weather. You know, the way it is at the moment, I think is favorable, you know, to all and sundry. Everybody who is involved in this AFCON, they're not complaining about the weather. So it means that it's not going to be the deciding factor at the end of the day. So if everybody is okay with the weather in Cameroon, I think you know, there's no cause for anyone to come out, you know, to complain about whether this weather is going to favor these other people or is not going to favor. So at the end of the day, it depends on what you do on the field of play. What you do on the field of play is what will determine whether you are going home with this AFCON or whether you're just there, you know, to add to the number or just to participate. At the end of the day, we have a lot of teams coming in just to, you know, make their mark, while some will come in just to add to the number. So I don't think the Super Eagles are going there to add to the numbers. I believe these guys are going there with that mindset that they want to win, which is actually a good one for the Super Eagles.
Talking about having a mindset to win, the Super Eagles players have been talking tough, sounding optimistic and confident ahead of the match. Let's get to hear from defender Chigozie Awaziem, as he spoke yesterday after the training session of the team. He talks about the players being ready and ready to go. So let's get to hear what he has to say.
Super Eagles defender Chigozie Awaziem. Chigozie Awaziem, we're counting down to the game against the Pharaohs of Egypt. We've been having training sessions, over training sessions. What are the players talking about? What are you thinking about?
In the team right now, everyone is fully focused, and we are a few hours away from the kickoff from our first game. So everyone is focused. Everyone is concentrated on the game. It's not going to be an easy game against Egypt. We've got a lot of good players, but we're fully ready to battle against them. And I know that with the effort and with the help of the coach and the Nigerians, I know that we're going to come out with a positive result.
What's the feel like in camp amongst you, the players, in terms of chemistry, in terms of how you guys relate in regards to this tournament?
Honestly, there's a really good positive feeling in the team. The group is a very wonderful group. Everyone helps each other. We all carry each other along, and I think it's a really wonderful group. And I know with this feeling and with this, I know we're going to go far. So we just have to be focused and do our thing.
You want to give the fans any assurances as you get ready to play Egypt on Tuesday?
I assure Nigerians that they're gonna see a Super Eagles playing. They're gonna see the Nigerian Super Eagles playing, and they're gonna enjoy football because we are fully ready for them. And we just need their support, and we know that at the end we're gonna smile.
Thank you very much, Chigozie Awaziem.
Super Eagles defender Chigozie Awaziem saying it all there. By the way, that visual came to you courtesy of the NFF television, and Chigozie Awaziem saying it all, like I said earlier, and it sounds very optimistic, and I'm sure that optimism pervades the entire team.
Yeah.
And it will be good to actually see what they have to offer us, because a lot of skepticism because of the way the preparation started, though it picked up, and I think Nigerians are just eager to see what they have to offer.
Yeah, definitely. Just like I said earlier, mindset is actually very important in this game. The way you approach a particular match, and I must give it to these guys. The mindset at which they are going into this match is actually a good one. You can see that from the way the players, from what they are doing in camp. These guys are pretty much like friends, which is actually a very good one. And in the aspect of Nigerians looking forward to to seeing what will actually happen against Egypt. I think that is being prompted by the fact that we are going to miss key players. Victor Osimhen, Emmanuel Dennis, are not going to be in this squad, and they are looking at what these guys can do without these other guys, and it's going to be an interesting one at the end of the day if they can actually get the result against Egypt. A lot of people will now be thinking like, okay, Super Eagles, when if you can get the result against Egypt, then you look at them as maybe they are actually ready to do something in this tournament.
The funny thing about it all is that this could actually herald a new bring out a new striker for the Super Eagles, because the likes of Tawa Woni and the likes of Abubakar Umar, Sadiq Umar get it right. We just have another star striker in addition to what we already have. So it opens up a whole lot of opportunities for some players to stake a claim and become part and parcel of the team, and also give some players also the opportunity to continue to be mainstays in the team. So I think the competition of the team should be a positive for us, Nigeria, because there are many players that are hungry, that know that they are only there because others are not here, and they want to remain in the team, not after the competition they are discarded. Yeah,
definitely. I think it's actually an interesting one. We know that some people are here because some people could not come, and take Taiwo Awoniyi for example. You'll be coming into this tournament with that mindset of, okay, I want to prove to the coach that I can actually be the main man of the team, which is actually a good one. It will make the player hungrier and wants to deliver for the Super Eagles. So looking at it, I think we have more positive from the whole situation than negative at the end of the day. If you can get Taiwo Awoniyi firing, I think he's going to be one of those who would benefit from all these situations that we find ourselves in the moment. Also, players like Umar Sadiq, just like you said, is another opportunity to prove himself that he can also be that striker that will deliver for the Super Eagles, and it's actually an interesting one at the end of the day.
We talked earlier about a level playing field in terms of because it's being played in Cameroon, a neighboring country, does not offer Nigeria much of advantage, because in terms of weather, it's conducive for almost everybody. But then, what about supportership? And will that come into play? Because we know that there are a lot of Nigerians in Cameroon. A lot of Nigerians have also made the trip across to Cameroon for this match. So how important is supportership going to be? Because I know that North Africans, for me, my experience in 2006 when I was in Egypt for the Nations Cup, I discovered that the North Africans, when a North African team is playing against another team, their North African neighbors don't support them. and we asked questions. They said no, they don't like them. Not that they don't like themselves, but when it comes to sports, they are rivals to the extent that because I watched I was in the stadium for the quarterfinal match between Tunisia and Nigeria. Nigeria better won that match. It's only 1-1 with one pure penalty. But the Egyptian fans were rooting for Nigeria. Like, what's going on here? They said, no, that's the way it is. But in the case of Cameroon, a neighboring country, apart from the Cameroonians, we know that there are a lot of Nigerians there already, and a lot of Nigerians have also made the trip. So how important is this that they make their voice count into this match?
Well, it's going to be very, very important. In football, you can't actually underestimate the power of fans. Sometimes these fans will be the one, to push you, to that limit. They'll be the one to encourage you to make sure that, you don't drop off guard. Sometimes you see a players, you see a particular player, about to relax, and somebody is behind, that player, and you see fans, shouting. It's kind of, in a way, bring that player, back from, wherever he wanted to travel to at the end of the day. So you can actually say that fans would, get to play an important role in deciding how, matches
are
are
sure
won.
that for this man, Nigeria will have more fans.
Definitely, we are going to have more fans, in the stadium.
That's for certain.
Yeah.
Except the Cameroonians decide to fill up the stadium and then support Egypt. Anyway, talking about the stadium, Amadou Ahidjo Stadium, Super Eagles had a feel of that stadium yesterday, and a lot of them gave their impression of the stadium. Coach Austin Ogwavoin, Kelechi Wakali, Moses Simon, and one or two others. So they gave an impression of the stadium as they had a feel of it yesterday. Talking about the stadium where the match will be played today, the Amadou Ahidjo Stadium in Garoua. And this visual also coming courtesy of the Nigerian Football Federation Television.
How's the pitch, Kelechi? Kelechi, how's the pitch? Good. Like it? I'm sorry. Coach, how's the pitch?
Lush green, lovely, looks good. It feels good as well.
Great for good football.
Decent football.
How's the pitch, people?
The pitch is good.
Yeah, you like it? Good for good football.
Yes.
Yeah. Moses Simon, how's the pitch?
Fantastic.
You good to go for tomorrow?
Yeah.
Players and coach Austin Ogwavoin expressing their opinion about the pitch, and they've all given the pitch a pass mark. So, no excuse if you don't play good football today.
No, there's no excuse. There's not going to be an excuse. As you can see there, even right from this place, you see that that pitch is actually fantastic. So it's left for the players now to actually deliver the goods at the end of the day.
And of course, it's also very important that the players had the feel of the pitch yesterday, because sometimes you think it's not important. I've had to ask some players, does it really matter if you're accustomed to a pitch? And they said, yes, it matters, because you get to know a lot of things about the pitch, how the ball bounces. Sometimes you get used to it. So it was good that they had a feel of it yesterday. Yeah,
definitely. Just like you said, you can't also underestimate that fact. As a player, when you step onto the field of play, there's this feeling, especially when you're walking around like this, that there's this joy you get, and you get to study the pitch and where how to follow the ball. So sometimes that also matters, and it's quite good that we have the Super Eagles getting themselves acquainted to where this match is going to be played. So it's actually a good one, if you ask me.
Yes, indeed. And talking about pitches, I must give Cameroonians a pass mark. I've been very impressed with the state of pitches. Even the one where they played the first match on Sunday, the pitches of yesterday, where they played yesterday's matches, then look at this one too. I think they've done a wonderful job. Probably the long time they had to prepare. They were supposed to host it in 2019. Yeah. So it's taken away from them. So they have started preparation since then. So I can say this is about a 5-year preparation for them, and it has come out good at the end of the day.
Yes, definitely. I think it's actually a good one. Just like you said, maybe the fact that they had such a long period to prepare. We're getting to see this, because of that. Outstanding, pitches all around, and I must give it to them. Kudos to Cameroon for what they've been able to put together, and we're having a fantastic AFCON tournament so far. So good.
Yes, while we're expecting Nigerian fans to be to fill up the stadium, if not fill it, but at least we'll have a sizable number of Nigerians there. Okay. The technical crew and the entire team has also received a lot of support from different quarters. The technical crew were visited yesterday, or the team rather visited yesterday by Coach Emmanuel Amunike. You know Amunike, former Super Eagles player. He scored the goal that won the AFCON for Nigeria in 1994. Scored 2 goals in the finals. Nigeria beat Zambia in that match. And since then, he has been coach of the under-17 national team. Took them to the 2015 World Under-17 Championship, where they won in Chile. He's been coach of Tanzania national. In fact, he was coach of Tanzania at the last African Cup of Nations 2019 in Egypt. So a very experienced coach. He was in the Super Eagles camp yesterday in Gara to see the coaches and talk with them and the players. I'm sure he must have offered 1 or 2 advice to them and also pep up the players. A number of his players are in that team, Wakari. But anyway, let's get to see Amunike as he visited the team yesterday, and it's good to see that and the fellowship and support coming from different quarters for these coaches.
Go! That's it, Daniel. Come on. Go to Daniel. Go! That's it, that's it. You push it away. You cross away. Go! Okay, good. That's it. Go to back. Come on, guys. Well done. Go! That's it, Daniel. Come on. Go to Daniel. Go! That's it, that's it. You push it away. You cross away. Go! Okay, good. That's it. Go to back.
You have to report. I need information. All right, now. All the best. Thanks, man. Yeah.
Okay. How many Ks are here?
I'll go now soon. I will not play again. Good to see you. Good to see you. You have to report. I need information. All right, now. All the best. Thanks, man. Yeah.
Okay. How many Ks are here?
I'll go now soon. I will not play again. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Welcome back, Coach. Imagine Amonike there, visiting and offering his support to the Super Eagles technical crew. It appears he has a job he's doing for the Confederation of African Football, CAF, maybe a member of a technical study group, because normally in competitions like this, we have members of technical study group that come up with the final result of best players and best teams and other technicalities that has to do with the game. They analyze every match and get to tell you about it. He was part of the technical study group for the
FIFA.
2018 FIFA World Cup in Russia. So he has done it at the bigger stage before. And he's one coach that probably many people thought would be fit for the Super Eagles, because given his pedigree, like I said earlier, won the Under-17 World Cup, coached Tanzania to the Nations Cup against all expectations. After about 30 years of Tanzania's failure to qualify for the Nations Cup, they did it last time around. And he's been touted. In fact, FIFA talked about him when they won the Under-17 World Cup in 2015. He said, the FIFA report that came out, that the Nigerian team, for that was why FIFA gave him that appointment to be a member of the technical study group for 2020 World Cup. He said the Nigerian team, the Under-17 team, that they play, that you can't actually stop, put your finger on the pattern they play. That's like every 5 minutes or every 10 minutes, they change pattern. If they play like this for the first 10 minutes, the next 10 minutes is not the same way they will play. And that is a good report for any coach, coming from FIFA. In terms of that was the report of the FIFA technical study group for the Under-17 World Cup in 2015.
Yeah, definitely. I think part of what makes a good coach is, your ability to evolve, your ability to change when you think that you've been found out, and which is something I think he has, which is something he's been able to develop. We talked about Guardiola, I think before the show, how he's been able to, change Man City at every point in time of the season. So I think Coach Amunike, likewise, is in that mode, and it's actually exciting to know that he's a Nigerian, and he's moving forward progressively, if you ask me.
And when he was a player, he played at the highest level, played for Barcelona. One of the few Nigerians who have played for Barcelona, not just a bit part player, he was a mainstay in that Barcelona team. Though injury actually did not let him play too much for the team. So Coach Amunike, good one, giving support to the Nigerian team. And talking about support for the Nigerian team, it's coming from every quarter, I tell you. Ojo Igalo, though he's not been able to make it to the competition, still has the players and the team in mind. He sent in his own support, a message sent to the team yesterday. But then we understand that Coach Austin Eguavoin, well, anyway, let's get to hear Ojo Igalo offer his support to the Super Eagles.
Hi, my name is Odion Jude Igalo. Yes, me wishing the Super Eagles all the very best in the AFCON tournament. Sorry I cannot be there, but I'm supporting the boys all the way. We need prayers from Nigerians to support the team, to back them, because with their prayers and their support, the team will make Nigeria proud. Go boys and make us proud. You guys can do it. We have enough talent in that team that can take us to the final. God bless you guys. Bye.
Welcome back, Ojo Igalo there. He may not be with the team physically, but he's there with them in spirit, as demonstrated by that message he sent to the team. But it appears Coach Austin Eguavoin is not too happy with the development that he was able to make it. Like this morning, we heard his misstatement concerning Ojo Igalo, and then he said they did not try hard enough to make it. What did you actually mean? Coach, the club refused to release them. What else could they have done?
Well, I don't think you can actually blame any of these guys. They have a contract, to their various club sides, and sometimes you see players fighting hard, and it will come back to hurt them. So I won't blame any player for not fighting hard. After all, it's a job of the country, the federation, to actually do that. Make sure that you get your players as and when you're supposed to get them. But if you don't do that, you don't expect the players to go extra mile, because they are the one that will feel the brunt at the end of the day. So on that aspect, I won't blame the players for not wanting to push, making sure that they are part of the team at the end of the day.
Meanwhile, FIFA has come up with its rules already. Once you run foul of the rules, the club takes advantage of it, like they did with Nigeria.
Yeah.
They said they didn't invite him early enough. Because there's a rule, the rules actually, the clubs have their hands tied.
Yeah.
FIFA window, they must release, whether they like it or not, they will release.
Yeah.
That one is done. So when they see every loophole to exploit, they take it to that's what Watford and Al-Shabaab did.
Yeah.
Because they know that when it's FIFA window, they are hell-bent, whether they like it or not.
They have
but
to
this
release,
one around, they
yes.
saw that loophole. And I think Aguero was talking about, they too were former players and they had the same issues, but they were eager to play.
Yeah.
Fine, it was easy then because there was no standard rule that cut across then.
Yeah.
It depends on how you're able to negotiate with your team. You know, your team, because I remember 1988 Nations Cup in Morocco,
Yeah.
1990 Nations Cup in Algiers. Nigerian players, Stephen Keshi will play for Nigeria and travel back to Belgium to play for Anderlecht. 3 days time before the next match, he's
Yeah,
back.
we'll be back.
The same thing with this same Aguero you're talking about.
Yeah.
He did that. They had that arrangement. They could travel, shuttle between Europe and come and play in between matches.
Yeah.
Then they could negotiate that with their team. But now there's a standard rule that moves across board.
Yeah.
So it's either you meet up with the regulations. If you don't, the clubs will be very happy to exploit it, like Watford and Al-Shabaab.
And even at that, you know, with COVID around, you know, you can't afford to, you know, actually do that. And, you know, a lot of players have been victimized. Let's take Mikel, for example, when he went for that Olympics. He
Games,
forced his way.
2016.
He had his way, but when he came back, you know, the coach could not guarantee him, you know, that starting spot.
No,
Spot.
they told him, they gave him the option.
Yeah.
If you go, you're part of my team.
Yeah.
And he chose Nigeria,
And he
which
chose
is
Nigeria,
which is good, commendable.
Yeah, definitely.
But then
it's
it
not every
affected his
player.
career too.
So I think these guys are only trying to, you know, look out for their career at the end of the day, if you ask me.
But it's good to know that Ojo Igalo, even Manuel Dennis earlier on,
Yeah.
he didn't send a video, but he has sent message to the team wishing them well. So they are there with the team in spirit. And we have moved on from Ojo Igalo and Manuel Dennis. So we are concentrating on the players we have at hand. So today's match, what are we looking at? Starting lineup.
It's going to be a difficult one. The job of the coach has already been cut out for him. You know, when you have a talented bunch like the Super Eagles, the area where I'm quite skeptical is the goalkeeping department. Like I said earlier, Maduka Okoye didn't report to camp early, so I feel it's right to actually, you know, start Akpeyi in goal post, and then in defense, Olaina at right back, Zaidu Sanusi, you know, left back, and then in central defense, I think I'll still go with my normal prediction. Talking about Olisanda, not just because I feel he's better.
That would be the greatest miracle. I'm not saying that he's not going to play. If he plays, all and good, because I'll be surprised. But I'll be surprised. If he plays, it means he deserves to play. That's why he's playing.
Definitely, definitely. I'm not expecting him to start, but, you know, in my mind, this is what I wish. You know, I actually wish for, and then
it's not what you wish for. It's best for the team. Because that's what we wish for. We all have our favorite players.
Yeah, definitely.
Who is good enough to play for this team?
Definitely, definitely.
That's what we're looking at.
I think looking at
central defense,
Trust Ekong, you know, partnering him, and then in the midfield, I think we should have you know, midfield a double 4 of Didi and, you know, Frank Onyeka. Just like you said, you know, we could actually do well with probably Chidera Ejuke in front, who will be playing as the joker, you know, running in between the midfield and, you know, attack. And then in front, I think I'd like to see probably Chukwueze, Awoniyi, and maybe, you know, Kelechi Iheanacho running from, you know, the flanks. You know, that's my.
Kelechi play from the flank. That would be strange.
that would be strange.
Because we have Moses Simon there, and Ahmed Musa there that could actually play from the flank.
Definitely.
Anyway, that's for you. But as we always say, that's our own wishful thinking. The final outcome or final lineup for the rest of the coaches, I'm sure that they already have an idea of their starting lineup, and then that will be unveiled before the match. So Nigeria versus Egypt, the stage is set, the die is cast, as they always say. It's now set for action to take place. All the days of talk and prediction has gone, and Ahmed Musa actually stirred the honest nets yesterday when he talked about Chukwueze being better than Mo Salah. Mo Salah was asked in some press conference, he said that he respects I'm a Musa so much that he doesn't want to respond, but he will do his talking on the pitch. Very humble guy.
Yeah.
I wish we've not pinched that guy. Let him not come out today and take us. I know being one kind of devastating form, because I know Jose Mourinho said one thing one time.
Yeah.
I think Inter Milan, and it was when he was with Inter. They played Barcelona, Champions League. I think they beat Barcelona by I think 4-0 or so. The first leg. We're going back to Nou Camp for the second leg, and they were asking Mourinho, this tie is done and dusted. That second leg, you're already 4 goals up.
Yeah.
You think they can come back? Mourinho said it's not going to. He said they asked me, say you're able to catch Messi. So you're already 4 goals up. So you're through to the next round. I think it was the quarterfinal. We're going to semi-final. Mourinho said he's not going to say anything. No, let him not go and say something that we annoy Messi. Let him not come and score 5 goals. So hope we have not said something that annoyed Salah yesterday. He will now come out today and be one kind of form that nobody on the pitch can stop him.
Well, it depends. It depends. You know, if you are doing the talking, I think you have to go with the action as well. If you actually saying that Chukwueze is better than Salah, I think you have to go with what you match match Salah with. If not, sometimes you can actually say these things and it will backfire. So sometimes it will go in your favor, sometimes it does not. So I just hope that Salah is not provoked.
Anyway, all the rhetorics end today, because action is today, this evening, and we look forward for the best. Another match that will take place today, or 2 other matches will take place today, apart from Nigeria versus Egypt encounter. We have Sudan versus Guinea-Bissau in the same group, Nigeria Group D, and that match is like the match where both sides will want to get maximum points, because against the other 2 teams in the group, they are not too sure. So everybody wants to take advantage of this match to get the points that they will need probably to make it to the next round. So it's going to be a keenly contested one, if you ask me.
Yeah,
and it seems to be evenly matched on paper too.
Definitely. I think these are 2 teams that will be looking to make an upset, and looking at the way it stands, any of these teams will be looking to actually make that upset. Looking to beat the other team. Let's see if we have a chance of progressing to the next round. You can actually qualify as the best loser. So this game is going to be very, very crucial to them, Sudan and Guinea. Looking to make history as well. If you can win this game, going into your next game, you know that you have a chance.
If you get a draw, next game, you have to go as good as gone to the next round.
Definitely. So
because whether you qualify as second or the best loser.
So this game is going to be a crucial one, but it's quite hard to actually predict.
And from the way Nations Cup has gone so far, you can't even say this are the 2 are the weakest teams in the group, because so what happened yesterday. Anyway, another match, Algeria versus Sierra Leone. Defending champions, they just won the Arab Cup.
It's going to be an interesting one. Sierra Leone, talking about Steven Kweka, he said he wants to repay Sierra Leone for having accepted him, as one of their own, by winning the African Cup of Nations. Right? He said they are going to win the African Cup of Nations. So it starts there against, the defending champion.
Somebody was saying, there's no country, nobody that's come to AFCON that doesn't have, like Kelechi Nwakande said yesterday in the interview we had, that nobody is at the AFCON with the intention of not winning. So even Sierra Leone can dream of winning, and who says it cannot happen?
Definitely, it can happen, and it starts right there. If you are playing against a team like Algeria with their pedigree, with what they've done in the continent, I think they are still unbeaten in about 33 games, and playing against a country like Sierra Leone, they'll be confident, going into this game. But if Sierra Leone can actually, do the unthinkable, I think it should actually give them that confidence that, okay, we're actually building something. But I doubt if that is going to happen today. But who knows? It's football. And
it's another North Africa versus West Africa encounter. so let's not be that. The North Africans already have 1-0 lead, courtesy of Morocco's win over Ghana. So is it going to be 3-0? Or at the end of the day, anyway, it's just me. I'm taking it from this point. Maybe nobody's looking at it from this point. I'm looking from the point. But then it's good to actually talk about these matches in that context, because at the end of the day, it's all about pride, wearing your national colors, and defending it to the last. And at the end of the day, we see good football, which is what the fans want. And we'll keep you posted on all these matches as they take place later today. And of course, the main one, Nigeria versus Egypt. Yesterday, it was a 1-0 win across board. Senegal, one of the favorites of the tournament, found it difficult to break down Zimbabwe. It took a penalty, a last-minute penalty for them to win. The Nations Cup may be tougher or more difficult than we envisage.
Definitely. One thing I think is happening at the moment is that most of these minnows are gradually, closing the gap on.
Yeah, you saw Comoros the way they played yesterday.
The way they played
so
the
skillful.
game. So I think when you go into games like this, it's actually best you don't underrate your opponent. Don't underrate them. From what we've seen so far, it's pretty much going to be another difficult day. So it's been such a tenacious African Cup of Nations so far. The players are not scared, to launch into tackles. We saw that from the very first day. We saw the first red card, and even the first game. We talked about it. How Cameroon escaped. Burkina Faso escaped not, getting the red card. So it's pretty much the same thing. And we saw all the Morocco and Ghana, very difficult game, tight to the very end of the game. It's just one little mistake, and Morocco were able to capitalize. And I expect to see that, as well today. The likes of Sierra Leone, making things difficult for Algeria. We might see that as well, and it's going to be a low. We're going to see less goals, as far as the low scoring AFCON, as far as if what we've seen so far is anything to go by. It's going to be low scoring AFCON.
Gabon proved that the absence of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang did not affect them. They were able to secure that win against Comoros, but they ended in a more difficult way than we envisaged. We thought that Comoros would be a pushover, but they had to work hard for that victory.
Well, I would like to say congratulations, first of all, to Gabon. We talked about it yesterday. In a group like this, what is going to be the deciding factor is going to be this team, Comoros. Teams like Comoros, they'll come at you. They'll keep trying, and if they get you, that will affect your own chance of progressing. And yesterday, in as much as it was actually a scrappy one, Gabon were able to actually get that 3 points. Morocco might not be lucky. Ghana might not be lucky. So at the end of the day, it boils down to how you are able to, pick up that 3 points against this kind of team, most especially when you have a country like Gabon, Morocco, and Ghana in one particular group. So it's going to be a very tight one for who is going to play this Comoros next, because they will still be, coming into the match fighting.
They have nothing to lose.
They have nothing to lose.
Anyway, Guinea beat Malawi. It was another tight one. Guinea had their keeper to thank because Malawians came at them.
Yeah, I think you also have to give it to this Malawi side, the Flames, as they call them. They show that they actually, they are in for it. And Guinea, like I said yesterday, have that. They had that a little bit of edge, and you're able to make it count at the end of the day.
For the likes of Ghana, Malawi, and Comoros that lost yesterday, they live to fight again. They have continued. They have 2 other matches to make up, and so that's the beauty of it. Tournaments like this, and you lose your first match is not the end of the world. This is where we wrap it up on the show today, and being about the AFCON all through, and most especially about Nigeria versus Egypt. We just did this to keep you in the mood, to prepare you for what to expect later in the day when Nigeria takes to the field against Egypt. We wish Super Eagles the very best of luck. And on this note, I want to thank Osnarume for being part of today's show. The entire production crew have done a wonderful job behind the scene. I'm Donald Agbavobo. If you have enjoyed your time with us, let's do it again tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of the day.